What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Legend of the Five Rings tournament video for you. This is game number 2 from our 401 Games Vaughan Way of the Rings tournament, brought to you by these awesome backers from patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. In this video we have Justin playing the Crane Clan against Lynn playing the Crane Clan. We have a Crane Clan mirror match. We have Justin on the left, Lynn on the right, and a slightly tilted camera. Sorry about that. I swear it was level when I started recording. Somebody must have bumped it. Just kidding. Anyways, so we have a savvy politician brought into play on the right. Obviously, Lynn, the player on the right, is going first. And let's see what Justin brings in on the left. If you guys haven't already seen it, we have one game posted from this series. I think I'm posting 5 I was able to record. So those will be coming up on the channel shortly in a playlist on Rob's Gaming Table on YouTube, so go check that out. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to help support the channel. Slap that like button if you want to see more Legend of the Five Rings on the channel. Helps other people find the videos when they're searching around on the Googles and the YouTubes. So we have a Guest of Honor, a Doji Whisperer in there on the left now. We have a Cautious Scout out there. 2 Fate on the Guest of Honor, nothing on the Doji Whisperer. We got 1 on each of the Savvy Politician and the Cautious Scout. And to the bids, we got 5 versus 4, so 1 honor is going to transfer there. I believe the player on the right is Splashing Dragon. The player on the left is Splashing Unicorn. Don't be fooled by that Phoenix playmat on the left there. It's Crane/Unicorn, I believe. So looks like we're starting the party here with a Way of the Crane to honor the Savvy Politician, which then bounces an honor over to the Cautious Scout. So the Crane cancel there is now active since he has more honor characters on the right side. Helps ensure that his events aren't canceled by his opponent, assuming Guest of Honor isn't in the conflict and stopping the events from even being played in the first place. So we got Cautious Scout going in on the province there, hitting a Shameful Display that has the Doji Hotaru on it. He's looking to discard her ASAP. So Shameful Display is blank since the Cautious Scout is attacking alone. Looks like it's Military Fire. So the player on the right is looking to honor or dishonor someone. I'm assuming not honored since both of his characters are honored. He's looking to dishonor probably the Guest of Honor. So the Doji Whisperer is going to go in there. Trying to prevent the unopposed, I guess. And we have a policy debate happening here. Cautious Scout's at 1 political, I believe, since he's honored and he has 1 glory. And the Whisperer is at 3. So we have ourselves a political duel here. The loser of the duel basically has to give up their hand, and the other player gets to look at the hand, get their grubby mitts all over it, and discard a card at random. Which we're seeing happening here. Let's try to see what Justin here discards from his opponent's hand. After he tries to memorize as many of the cards as possible, try to gain a knowledge advantage here. He gets rid of a policy debate on the other side. 1 less rap battle in this match. So it is in breaking territory here since the Cautious Scout is at 3 military. Looks like the Crane player on the left forgot some cards in hand, wanted to take another look. I would have told him to GTFO, get out of my hand, bro. So it is 3-0 for the Cautious Scout on the attack, looking to break Shameful Display here and discard Doji Hotaru. And it looks like it's going to happen. And the Guest of Honor is going to be dishonored, triggering the ring there. And we see 2 fate on the right, so noble sacrifice is a possibility now. Having that guest of honor dishonored. Sure he wants to get rid of that dishonored ASAP. Yeah, there's the way of the crane, of course. Getting rid of that dishonor token. Putting the guest of honor back at neutral. So we don't see that cautious sack there with the noble sacrifice, sending the 2 fate off the guest of honor and sending it to the discard pile. There's that splash of unicorn. We see Spyglass put on the guest of honor. Looking to draw some cards when she moves into the conflict.
Okay. I will also pass. I will declare. Sure. Let's go for void. Political void on your guest of honor.
So we have a void hitting Forbidden Crossing.
Since she came in.
Or Frostbitten Crossing, sorry. Where that guest of honor is on it. Looking to break that and discard the guest of honor. So we see the crane player on the right gain a fate since it is a air province. Using a Seeker of Air roll to gain that fate. And Frostbitten Crossing is going to get rid of an attachment there.
Oh yeah, it was political, by the way. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's there. Okay.
So that for Frostbitten Crossing is air roll only. During a conflict at this province, choose a participating character, discard each attachment on that character. So that's why we see Spyglass go away there. And now we have a political rival jumping into play here for 3 fate. And coming in with that ability that gives it +3 political on defense. So it's now 6 on defense, 4 on the offense. And sounds like that's a pass and going to be a solid block there. Crane player on the right, Lin, is taking 2 rings now.
Yes.
And we have a political Earth coming in here, hitting another Frostbitten Crossing. It's going to take a fate on that, of course. And the Savvy Politician coming in as the only attacker with the honor token on it there. Making it a 3 political. We see no characters on the defense yet. And we see an assassination play here. 3 honor lost by the crane player on the left to play that assassination to kill the Savvy Politician. And, of course, gaining an honor on the right side since she was honored and leaving play.
Okay, I will also pass.
And they're going to go clean it up here, do the fate, refresh, all that business.
Yeah. It goes back. Oh, right. Oh, right. No.
So if you see anything interesting in the match, have any questions, any tips, anything to help any players improve who are watching this in the future, feel free to leave those comments below. Let's appreciate the comments. Good or constructive are both appreciated. So don't be an ass. So on the left side, we see an Artisan Academy. We got a Cautious Scout there, Doji Representative, and a Savvy Politician. On the other side, we have Kaiti Kaizen, if that's how you say it. I'm not sure. Brash Samurai. We got a Guest of Honor that we saw already, and the another Brash Samurai there. So player on the left with the Phoenix Mat is going first now. Throws a Doji Representative out there. Throws 2 fate on it. And now Guest of Honor on the other side with 2 fate.
I will be the first to pass.
And the player on the left passes, takes a fate. And the player on the right also passes, but obviously does not get a fate for that. So 5 bid on the right again. 3 going down by 1 this turn on the left. So 2 honor will pass there.
I'm first, right?
Oh, sorry. Imperial favor.
Oh, looks like they forgot the Imperial Favor, which is going to the player on the right. He's going to put it on Political.
One for Spyglass.
So we have a Spyglass played on the Doji representative. Immediately let go by the Dragon Splash on the right side. Doesn't even want to take a chance on that one.
One for Steward of the Law.
And interestingly, we see a Steward of Law put into play here with a Fate on it before any conflicts. Personally, I always play that guy like in the middle of a conflict, try to mess up my opponent, or play it late in the phase, you know, after all conflicts are done pretty much, and you have, you know, get a sneaky conflict in by dropping him in after your opponent's done both their conflicts. But I guess having him in right off the bat, you don't risk the whole business with anyone getting dishonored while he's in the conflict right away. I find sometimes I play him a little too late where I wish he was in the conflict right from the start. So we see the Academy flipping over an Iuchi Wayfinder and sitting on top of the deck there. It can be played like it's in the hand. And he is going to spend one to do the Wayfinder. And he's going to come into play.
And I will look at this one.
He's going to take a peek at the province on the top. It's a shameful display. I think that was worth the fate there to know that information.
Yes, I will also pass. Okay. I will declare a military water.
And I may have to mute the audio of the players here, so you might only be hearing my voice right now, and you might be thinking, what happened to the audio of the players, which I usually have videos. But they were sitting near a speaker at the store, and the guy working there turned on some music during the round, so there's music playing during most of the round. Eventually, I realized and had him turn it off, but for copyright reasons on YouTube, I don't want to get the video taken down, so I may have had to mute the players. So if you're wondering what that is, that's why their volume's lowered and they're muted probably. So we've got the Wayfinder coming here on a military water. It looks like a manicured garden there under that Brash Samurai. And we have Miyamoto's Fury used to bow the Wayfinder.
Sure, I will pass.
And there we see the manicured garden triggered. And the ring just fizzles and goes back. Nobody won that one.
Pass on open action.
Okay. I will also pass on that action. Yeah.
Now Lin, the play on the right, bringing the Cautious Scout in again, honored.
Fire on Academy.
And he's going to bring a Fire Military, hitting Fertile Fields, which has the Academy on it, giving a +1 on the province strength. So we're going to need a 5 to break that one.
One is rebuilt.
No, just because it's air.
Oh.
And he took a fate there since it was another air province. And Fertile Fields is the action during a conflict of this province. Draw a card. Are we going to see any defenders?
Sure. Let's declare.
Now, he could put in the Guests of Honor, try to prevent any events from being played, which minimizes the chance of the Cautious Scout breaking it. And remember, the Cautious Scout is attacking alone, so that province is blank. So forget that whole ability I just read out.
Guest of honor.
And Guest of Honor is going to go in on the defense. Shiz only 1 military skill on the defense. Cautious Scout is 3 right now. But no bonsais can be played by the Cautious Scout player right now. He could use katanas. He could ambush characters in. He's got 2 fate. I'm not sure he can get to the 5 needed to break here. This could be pretty tough. and considering the player on the left can still play events, can play all those things I just mentioned.
Okay.
We have guest of honor wrecking people's dreams since 2017. Here we go, Bonsai.
I'm going to do it first.
And obviously, it's not going to be canceled, I don't think, since events can't be played. And he spends an honor to do a bonsai on it. So 5 on the defense right now, 3 on the offense. And we have a katana, 5 to 5, trying to get the tie to go to the attacker here. At least win the ring and do some dishonoring or honoring. Maybe a good idea to honor his own guest of honor. Or maybe dishonor that doji representative.
Sure, I'll play for shame.
And we have it for shame. So dishonor the cautious scout or bow him. And it's going to be a bow.
Okay. Your go. I will also pass.
And the ring is 1 on the defense, of course. Now back over to the first player on the left here for his possible second conflict. Now with that doji representative that can just move out of a conflict, you might as well put that one in a conflict no matter what. Because if things get hairy, you can always move them home.
I will pass.
Pass as well.
Okay.
Most likely he'll take one of those rings with fate on them.
Political.
He's going to come in, it looks like, with the Steward of Law and also the doji representative.
Political mountain.
And he's going political earth, takes the fate off. Where's he sending this conflict? Which province is he going to attack? I would assume Frostbitten Crossing by the looks of what's revealed across the other side of the board. I'm sure he doesn't want to hit the Shameful Display. Yeah, War Manicured Garden. So he's going to hit the Frostbitten Crossing. Political Earth. Looking to draw a card and discard a card at random from his opponent's hand. Now, does Lynn, the player on the right here, throw the guest of honor in on defense? Or save her for a future conflict of his own?
No defense.
No defenders. Still has 2 fate, though. Yep, there's a Steward of Law jumping in.
Putting him into the.
And yes, it is in the conflict. So defending with just the Steward of Law. And he is going to put a fate on it. What is with that? I've never seen anyone really put fate on their Steward of Laws. Is that a thing that I don't know about? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious, but both these guys are doing it here. I mean, it makes sense. Jump him in, keep him for another round. And we have it for shame. Played on the doji representative. Bowed right away since that Steward of Law is participating. Can't be dishonored, so you have to choose the bow.
Oh yeah, because you have the Imperial favor, right?
Now we have 1 on the defense. Imperial Favor is adding +1, even though the Steward of Law is knelt. And another Steward of Law with a fate on it. Here we go. Fate on all the Steward of Laws all around. I'm curious. I usually just treat that as such a throwaway character, but we see 3 of them on the board here, all with a fate on them.
I'll pass.
I guess I'll also pass.
So we see the ring is 1, but the province is not broken.
So I'll draw a card. Maybe start one at random.
And let's see what he grabs on the offense here. Gets a noble sacrifice, so it was there. Maybe it was there earlier in the game when That guest of honor on the left got dishonored, but was not played, obviously. So 2 rings on the left, none on the right now.
Pass on to
Over to Lin on the right here for his second conflict, possibly. I'm assuming you take Void, if anything, here. Try to get a Fate off one of those characters. Try to thin the board out across the table just a little bit. Most likely that Guest of Honor. That would be my play for sure.
Okay. Sure, I'll attempt to Gaijin Customs.
So we see Gaijin Customs makes sense in the Unicorn Banner. That is a hot Unicorn Banner card for sure. Trying to ready a character. Since he does have the Wayfinder in play, he can do that. But it's canceled with a Censure.
Void on fertile fields.
Yep.
Okay.
Since the Imperial Favor is on the right side there.
Okay, no defenders.
Okay.
I guess first action is I'll draw a card.
Pass.
So it looks like a Political Void at Fertile Fields. Card drawn off the province there.
I guess I will also
So 5 on the attack. Nothing on the defense.
using discarding.
Enough to break, even with the Artist Academy. Artist Academy gets discarded. Province is broken, of course. And an honor lost for no defenders.
Pre-conflict. I don't have anything.
Pass.
Okay.
Gain 1 honor.
Yep.
Imperial favor is
And the Favors switching sides here. Yeah, he's going to put it military. Interesting.
Keep that there.
you got 2, right? That was the fire.
So now 2 Fate on that air ring, 1 on the water ring going into the next round here.
Okay.
See 2 holdings in Lin's provinces on the right. He's got the palace out there, Imperial Palace, that gives the +3 during when you count glory there. And we see a favorable ground. Lots and lots of cheap characters here on both sides, it seems.
Politician. I will pass.
Pass this one. Actually, I'll use his
Okay.
And we see Daidoji Narishma uses ability to flip over a Doji representative. It looks like they're ready to bid here in the draw step. 5-3 again. 2 honor switching sides there. So player on the right just keeps going 5 every round. Player on the left, 4, 3, and 3, I believe. Not sure why. I would think in the Crane Mirror match you just go 5 because the opponent's probably going to do 5. Might as well. And if you see they bid low, then maybe you slow down, but
open action, I pass.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm curious. Justin, if you're watching this, I'm curious why you're bidding 4s and 3s. And we have another spyglass attempt here. Are we going to see a let go? Puts it on the Doji representative, which is the character's ability. Can just move him home and bring him back in another conflict, so you can get that extra spyglass out of him.
On the crossing.
So we have a political heir coming in on the Frostbitten Crossing. Looks like it's guests of honor and a savvy politician coming in together. And they're bringing in, what do they got? 6 there on the offense. And a Steward of Law is coming in on the defense, bringing in a big 1 strength.
Direction.
Yes, I will.
And we have the savvy politician bowed, using the stronghold of the Crane player on the left. Might see that favorable ground popped here to get that guest of honor out of the conflict, maybe. Unless you can break, but oh, we have the was that court games played there to honor the savvy politician, and then honor the guest of honor.
I will pass.
5 is breaking.
Yep.
Okay, pass.
And we do have a break.
I'll take 1 honor.
I'm guessing you're discarding?
And since it was the air ring, we have 1 honor stolen there.
Alright. Sure. I'll sign her. Her on
So we have the Doji representative and the savvy politician coming in for a conflict here. Looks like it's a political void in a manicured garden. Steward of Law, single defender. See if he remembers the spyglass draw. Yep, there it is. And we have a bow using a stronghold on the other side of bow, a savvy politician. And we're going to see a wave of the crane played. Or court games, yep.
I will to honor her.
And similar to the last conflict, we see the bowed savvy politician honored to then honor the Doji representative. And Miyamoto's Fury used to bow. Since those other 2 provinces and the one under the stronghold is still not revealed, so he's at 3. Only 2 glory on that Doji representative, so he's still able to get those Furies off. Pretty much on every character in this Crane player's deck. So that's one thing. Maybe when you're facing someone you know they have Banner Dragon, maybe even just run into those provinces instead of keep bouncing off the same one over and over. It might be beneficial just to peek and poke and reveal some other ones, so those Miyamoto's Furies aren't so impactful later in the game. And still not a single province broken on the right side. Justin is just having trouble breaking through here. Lin doing a very good job of breaking provinces. Obviously has 3 broken on the other side and still able to foil the plans of his opponent. Still hasn't had 1 broken yet. Well, looks like we have Narishima coming in here, most likely on a military conflict. It's going to be military water. And it's coming out of the stronghold, of course. It's an entrenched position, giving +5 to military. So I think he needs 12 to break. And he's coming in at 3. A little ways to go here. But now that he knows it's there, being a crane player, you can just try to focus on smashing it with the political that your deck is usually very strong at. But playing against a crane player might mean you have some trouble getting those political conflicts through, so we'll see.
It's watering.
So he's going to defend with the Steward at Law. He's got +1 from the Imperial favor. So 3 on the offense, 2 on the defense right now. Looks like he's trying to ready a character using the Water Ring. Maybe stand up as guest of honor, if he can win the conflict at least. And then maybe come through. He's already done his conflicts, actually, so... Yeah, this is his second one. So standing up a guy, I guess, is just good for defense in this scenario, and maybe stealing the favor back. He took the fire ring. Thought it was water. I'm not sure what just happened there. Yeah, so there. Yeah, he realized it was actually water, so he took away that honor on Narishima. He's actually going to ready the guest of honor, like we thought there. That's what happens when you're not taking those rings and putting them on the provinces physically. Sometimes things get messy on the board, and people lose track of all the tokens in this game, I find. Another thing I find, too, is players not using the front row and that home row there, kind of just throwing their characters all around the board, just kind of pointing at and saying who's defending, but then not using visual cues like moving the attackers or defenders up to the front row there. That's something I find quite a few players actually aren't really doing. I just like it so it doesn't cause any problems with ambiguity there and people getting frustrated with each other not knowing who's actually in conflicts. Also helps people commentating on videos in the future. But who cares about that guy? I mean, who cares?
Okay.
Alright, looks like we're ready for another round here. Both players still have some juicy boards here. A couple honor characters on both sides, which is pretty good. Looks like that favorable ground was kept there on the right side. We do have the clan champ, Doji Hazaru, showing up on the right side now. Another guest of honor on the left side there.
War champions, or you have 3 war
No,
champions?
just one.
Just one. I'll play guest of honor.
And the guest of honor, first thing played on the left side by Justin there. And he's going to put a couple fade on it. He needs the game to go longer, a few more rounds, so he's investing in the future, even though his stronghold is ready to be smashed if he can't hold it off. And he needs to claw back and smash some provinces on the other side, but it's quite the uphill battle right now. Doji Challenger with 2 fade on it. And we have another representative put in play. It's Lynn's turn on the right here. He still has 4 fate to play with. It looks like he's going to spend 2, get that Brash Samurai into play. And we got a pass on the left side, taking a fate. I assume we go 5-5 here. Yep, it's 5-5. No honor past the size. Both players drawing 5 cards here. And what could be the last round, unless Justin on the left can defend his stronghold.
Oh, force action.
Now, favorable ground showing on the right is definitely going to help get some Get some advantage on the right side there. Maybe putting that Guest of Honor into 2 conflicts. So we have Let Go, getting rid of the Spyglass. Trying to prevent a Gaijin Customs play, I'm sure. Also, the card draw is not a bad thing to shut off either.
I will pass.
Use his ability.
And a Doji representative flipped up there using the Norishima's ability.
Any action?
I will pass.
So I hope you guys are excited about those quarterly kits coming out. Looks like lots of prizes are jammed in those kits to run multiple events at stores that want to participate. So I'm looking forward to the organized play coming up for a Legend of the Five Rings. Hoping to bring some cameras to some future tournaments in my local area. So I hopefully have some more footage of tournament matches for you guys coming up. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you want to be notified when videos go up or when we do live streams and you don't want to miss them, after you subscribe, just hit that little alarm bell button beside the subscribe button to be notified every time a video goes up. Otherwise, you just kind of get randomly notified. And if you haven't seen it, we have Worlds coverage and Gen Con coverage, other tournament coverage from Legend of the Five Rings on the channel under playlists. Just hit up Rob's Gaming Table on YouTube. Lots of Game of Thrones, the card game content, too, if you're interested in that. Living Card Game by Fantasy Flight Games. Also another good one. So we have a Doji representative coming in here on a Fire Military, hitting the Frostbitten Crossing again. Will he be able to break it? We have the Narishima coming in on the 3 on the defense. 3 on the offense.
I will pass.
Sure, I'll pay charge.
And we have a charge coming in here. Cautious Scout. Not the biggest charge target, but it's something. Just jumping in, adding 2 to it. So we have 5 on 3.
Well, actually, 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. 5 versus 3.
Needs 4 to break. He's up by 2. Can Justin break his first province here? Finally get rid of that Frostbitten Crossing he keeps bouncing off of. Bonsai played on the other side, though, is going to make it tough. And he's going to lose an honor to do it twice. So now 7 on the defense, 5 on the offense. Doesn't look like a break's going to happen here. But you never know. You never know. Could have katanas. Could have ambush characters. Could have a bonsai like this bonsai right here. And I'm going to do the same. Double trigger it. Losing an honor. Cautious Scout's going to get it all. I don't know if that's the right play. I don't know if you give it all to the Doji representative. He's a little more safe because of assassination that we see right here. 3 honor lost. It's not looking good for Justin here. Just can't catch a break.
Sure. Where were you attacking?
Pardon?
Where?
Oh,
crossing?
Frost. Yeah, Frost.
And Lin moves the token there, the fire token, forgets where the attack's happening, but he did move it. Don't touch the tokens, you might forget. All right, an assassination on the other side. Interesting. They're both putting quite a bit of cards into this conflict. I see why Justin on the left's doing it. Of course, he wants to break that province. And I guess the military cards on the right side by Lin being played. He doesn't really need military cards anymore. He's just looking to win political on that stronghold. That's all he needs. So the military cards are kind of useless to him. Might as well use them to foil your opponent. Makes sense. And now we have a charge on the other side. Hotaru's in there, adding 3 on the defense.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Military.
Okay. Sure, I'll play a for shame on Hotaru.
So Hotaro's getting first shamed here. Dishonor or bow. And it's going to be dishonored. I believe she's 3 glory, so she's now a 0-3. So 3-0 for the representative. Let's see how Lin on the right here counters.
Wave the crane.
So wave the crane to honor the Doji challenger.
Right now it's my
And I believe that's just to get more honored than his opponent. So that his cancels are turned on. And his opponents are not.
sure. I'll attempt to way of the crane. My representative.
Now we have Way of the Crane on the other side. So the Doji representative, not in the conflict, is going to be honored. So now they're tied on honored characters again.
Oh, pass.
Okay, so breaking at the moment. Stewart Law.
Now Stuart Law ambushed in. Are we going to see a fate put on it? No, we're not.
I'll also pass.
Did you want to discard?
Sure.
So it is a break, 4-0. I really think that bonsai should have been played on the Doji representative. Not sure why it was played on the assassinable character there. I believe it was a cautious scout. First province broken now on the right side.
I will also pass.
Now we have a Doji challenger coming in with the military, looking to bow somebody by pulling them in the conflict, and probably a really strong political character, so they're not around for defense in the real conflict that matters, which will be the political attack on entrenched position. But right now it's going to be a military.
I will pass.
Bring him in.
And yeah, the guest of honor is being brought in. Does not care about winning this at all.
Okay. I will pass.
Pass. No, sorry.
And he's going to use the favorable grounds to pull the Doji challenger out. So the ring is going to be one on defense.
So you win the Earth Ring.
Yep.
And now look at these boards. Lin on the right is ready to strike with political. Can Justin on the left do anything to mess with his opponent here? He's got to do a challenge, though. I mean, he could save his guys to hopefully do something on defense. So 2 honored characters, but the guest of honor that's honored, actually, and on the other side, ready to stop events from being played. Not to mention the honored Doji Challenger, which is a 5/5 right now, plus the Imperial Favor, adding a +1. Honored Savvy Politician, which is adding another 3 political. So we're going to see a Doji representative come in here, try to bait somebody defending on the other side. And we may see it move home. So you're going to try water. Maybe bow a character. Maybe the guest of honor. Maybe the Doji Challenger. Oh, I guess not the Doji Challenger. It's got fate on it. Never mind. So I think just the Brash Samurai is coming in here on the defense. So it's 5 on the offense, 1 on the defense. Political water coming at Manicured Garden, which is triggered there to gain a fate. So I believe he does have enough to break right now. And we have a Court Games to dishonor the Samurai.
Honor. I'll use his ability to be honored.
But the next action is the honored ability off the Brash Samurai, since he's participating alone. Can just re-honor himself, so he's back to neutral there. And the province is broken. So 2 broken provinces. Justin catching up here, but we still have a political coming in here. And we do see the guest of honor bowed from the water ring. 3 rings claimed here by Justin on the left. He's being aggressive. It's paying off. He's getting the rings, but now he only has 1 character, a Savvy Politician, standing. And we have a political rival jumping in here that has Covert, able to Covert past the Savvy Politician, stopping it from defending. And that's it. Justin's just going to concede. He knows his game. He's got nothing to do here. He's got 1 fate left. And well played on both sides. Thanks to both guys for playing on camera. Thanks to everyone who's scrolling by here on the screen for donating and supporting the channel at patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. You can donate to the channel by clicking the link in the description below. If you'd like to help me offset the cost of the work I do here on YouTube and you like what you see, anything helps improve the quality of the channel. But either way, just thanks for watching. Make sure you slap that like button and share the videos around on social media. Let other L5R fans find these videos. Be much appreciated. But either way, lots more videos coming up in this series, so make sure you stay tuned. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next one.